me start with a glass of water. So I've been thinking for a while about this concept of liquid sacrifices because of the things I have to give up. And so I was asking myself, like, well, okay, big deal. Like, that's, yeah, you got to give some stuff up, right? I mean, we do that sometimes. I've given things up before when I'm trying to lower my cholesterol or lose weight or just do a cleanse or whatever. So, like, what's the message? What's the perfect purpose? Like, if this is supposed to be sort of a cathartic journey that I'm learning from and sharing, then what's the sacrifice? What's the deal? And I started thinking about all of my liquids that I enjoy so much. And I was like, wow, how privileged am I that I get to consume these amazing that I am in a position to say I'm going to have to put aside this delicious, fancy thing that I partake in. And so it is a sacrifice. Some of these things I'm giving up because, you know, like obviously drinking wine while you're on chemotherapy and all kinds of drugs, not a good idea. I mean, I think it even says so on the bottle, right? Like don't do that. And I actually had a glass of, in fact, I'm going to cook with this. I'm not going to drink it. But because it's so elegant, and look at that. Coffee can stay aside for a second. Let's celebrate how well my journey is going so far and give thanks to the hard moments and the good moments. And I can't drink that though. I know that not because it's going to, do something bad to me, but I actually had a little bit of this bottle. I opened it like 6 weeks ago on July 4th. And then like a week after I came home from the hospital, I was like, well, let me have a glass of wine before it gets to the point where I really can't. And I just already like the taste in my mouth. Like it's different. It's like my body was saying to me, nope, this is not what you need right now. So I'll cook with it. But in the meantime, I'll just like feel elegant and fancy with my glass of wine. But this one is also special because it is a limited edition from Aurora Vineyard. How about that? Aurora Vineyard. Now, I didn't plan this for this video, but I have like a frog in my throat. So I'm going to quickly cut over here to one of the liquid types that I'm not giving up. Wellness shots. Love these little things. Almost any of them I love. So this one is beet and apple and who knows what else. So here goes. Ooh, zing. I love it. And this is one that's lemon, ginger, pineapple. So anyway, I was thinking about this idea that I am making a sacrifice, but it's a choice. And honestly, it's a privilege. It's a privilege that I get to have all this pleasure in my life, all these things that bring me pleasure. So I've missed coffee. This is the one that I'm like, I'm not here to sell anything, but this brand of coffee, Life Boost, it's all single origin, shade grown. It's brewed to be low acid, and they do test, because coffee, like standard coffee that most of what you get in a grocery store, there's a lot of mold and toxins, unfortunately, in our coffee. And so they do all these tests to test hundreds of those kinds of things in this brand of coffee. And like my sister had to give up coffee a few years ago because of how it was affecting her. I was like, try this, I promise. And now she thanks me for bringing her back to coffee or giving coffee back to her life. And she feels sad for me that I'm missing out on this. So, and it is like just a convenience thing as well, because I do my own cold brew. I do like a coarse ground, and then I soak it in a jar for 24 hours. And, I'm already having days where I'm like, no, if it's not already made, no, I I don't have the energy. I don't have the thought. No, it's just, I can't do it. But also because there are things that are already like impacting my stomach. So something that seems so innocuous that I shouldn't have to give up. Club soda. Love club soda. I'm drinking it some, but it does give you, like, it brings on the hiccups, which is kind of a sour stomach kind of thing. No good. And it can just, it can upset your stomach. So I will have to put those to the side. I don't do sugary drinks, but I do have some ginger ale around right now. Sometimes that does actually kind of calm the stomach. Fortunately, I'm not bothered by milks. I've been eating Greek and Icelandic yogurt and having some milk. I do nut milks. I do dairy milk. Both of these work. I kind of intermix them. And if you're a nut milk person, just a little sort of sustainability health thing if you're not aware of it. Most nut milks on the market are filled with gums and powders and fillers and all kinds of things that aren't actually water and nuts. So it is more expensive, but look for limited ingredient milk. So you should see 2, 3, up to 4 ingredients. If it's a paragraph, don't put it in your body if you can avoid it. A little goes a long way for me, at least. It takes me like a week to go through that. So these are my privileges. And I will have to sacrifice some of it, whether I like it or not, because that's just going to be what I'm going to have to do to get through a day. But at the end of all this, when I've sacrificed for months, I have a storehouse of wines. I'm not like I'm a big wine person, but I don't like know brands or anything like that. I just happened to be in a wine club last year where you pay $100 a month and they curate 3 or 4 bottles. So, divide that, you get some, anything from $20 to $60 bottle of wines. And so I got some really kind of fun stuff here waiting for me. I've had this one before. It's a white from Willamette Valley, I think, Oregon. But some fun. I always like the bottle art. But this one particularly stood out to me this morning. I forget what I have on my shelf because I haven't looked at these things in a while. First of all, I love this woman. She looks free and elegant. And I love the name of this, High Note, because I'm going to end on a high note. And I'm going to raise a glass of this lovely Malbec. I hope it's lovely. I'm assuming it is. And I'm going to toast the victory of my treatment journey and everything I learned along the way. And whether you're here across the table with me or we meet somewhere across the table and clink a glass, or just virtually you are celebrating with me, I hope that you enjoy your privileges. And I think most people who would even tune into these messages, these videos, are the kind of people who know that, to appreciate everything you have in front of you. But sometimes the littlest things, a few drops of cream in your coffee, a nice, crisp, bubbly can of club soda. I will drink this because I opened it. And think of me when you're enjoying those things. Send me a little toast, make a comment about the things that you feel privileged to have in your life and things that you're willing to sacrifice for a season, for a reason. And thank you for that.